guys, I'm Nikita and welcome to my YouTube channel, Santino and me. So this is going to be my first video. Dun, dun, dun. But yeah, I'm just going to go with it. Go with the flow. So for my first video, I thought I'd do a Q&A. I asked people on my Instagram to ask me a few questions about pregnancy, labour, being a mum, whatever they wanted to know, and basically I'd pick a few of them and answer them. So the first question I'm going to answer is, what is the hardest thing about being a mum? I feel like the hardest thing about being a mum is finding time for yourself, to do things that you want to do, to take care of yourself, pamper yourself, like having you time, and especially having you time alone. So like before I was pregnant, I could go to the shop whenever I want, have a shower whenever I want, bath whenever I want, do anything I wanted to do whenever I wanted to do it. And I feel like for me, I find it a bit hard to adjust to having that freedom, to kind of having no freedom and feeling a bit, not trapped, but almost like I couldn't really, I can't really do much. I can't do things when I want to do it because it's not just me I have to think about, it's me and my son. Like if I want to go out, I have to get me and my son ready. It's not just one person, it's two. But yeah, I feel like I just miss the freedom basically of having time to myself. What is your favourite thing about being a mum? I feel like my favourite thing, the best thing, how would I put it, about being a mum is watching my son grow day in, day out. Like seeing him go from this 8-pound-15 baby who could hardly do anything to then smiling, laughing, sitting up, holding his own bottle, rolling over, crawling, walking, talking, growing teeth. He's picking up on things I do, picking up on things I say, climbing the stairs. Like to see his little character build, I think is probably my favourite thing. Was it planned? So no, it wasn't planned. However, when I did do the pregnancy test and it said positive, I already knew deep down that I was going through the pregnancy. Like, although I wasn't at a place in life where I felt like I was ready for a baby, I feel like where me and my boyfriend were at the time, we were ready. Like we've been together a long time, then we were together for a long time, and it kind of just felt right for us. Well, for me anyway, it felt like the right thing for our relationship. So yeah, it wasn't planned, but there was no way I was going to go back on it. Labour story. So I think the most embarrassing thing that happened to me during labour was when I had the hormonal drip, because I was induced. It caused swelling to my down low part, yes, my vagina. So I was in the bed and the midwives were doing their check they were doing just to see if I dilated any further, whatever. And when the midwife looked at my vagina, she looked really concerned. And when I say she looked really concerned, like she just looked a bit like, so I'm obviously thinking like, and she asked my boyfriend, oh, does her vagina normally look like this? And I'm thinking, normally look like what? Like, what is wrong with my pum-pum? I don't get it. Like, I was really confused. Anyway, so he looked, and I shit you not, I swear his eyes almost popped out of his head. They went like, he said no. So from he said no I knew that was a problem. Like, what do you mean no? What's wrong with my pom pom? So anyway, the midwives came out the room and I got them to take a picture of it. And when I looked at the picture, I was fucking gobsmacked. Like, honestly, my vagina had just swollen up bad, like real bad. Like, the only way I could describe it is like a lip filler gone wrong. Like, you know them, well, maybe not wrong for some people, but I don't think it looks right. You know when girls get lip fillers, but the lips just are like massive plum lips, and they have like a small face that don't suit them. That's what my vagina was like. It was like two fat fucking pussy lips, and then one dingly thing in the middle. I don't know what it's called. Lab breath? Fuck knows. I don't know what it's called. But yeah, it just looked weird. I think that's definitely the most embarrassing story for me, only because my pom pom wasn't normal and people seen it. So, was you more excited or scared when you knew you were going into labour? I feel like I was very excited. Because I was induced, I kind of knew like, oh, my son could come any moment. And that whole feeling and just knowing that they could come so soon is really exciting. Like, you get more impatient. Like, I just want to meet my baby. I just want to see what he looks like. Like, yeah, I was definitely excited. I didn't even think about the pains or labour or how I was going to give birth. I just thought, oh, I'm going to meet my baby. What other names did you have for Santino? So originally, Santino was supposed to be called Valentino. It was his name his father really liked. At first, I did like it, but then I feel like as time went on, I don't know, it's like looking at a picture. You like it at first, and then the more you stare at it, the more you don't like it. I felt like that with the name. Like, the more I heard it, the more I didn't like it. Don't get me wrong, it sounded like a beautiful name. Valentino McLean. It sounded designer, it sounded rich, it sounded expensive. It sounded like my son. But I don't know, I weren't feeling the name after a while. So we ended up agreeing on Santino, and I think it's the best name for him, to be honest. Did labour go as planned? So no, it didn't go as planned. I would have loved to have a water bath, but that was never on the cards for me. I'm a big girl, got a high big BMI, so there was more risks with my pregnancy. Like, for example, there was a high chance of me developing preeclampsia as well as diabetes, which thank God I didn't get either. But yeah, because I had a high BMI, it also meant that I was gonna have a big baby. So obviously that comes with more complications as well. So I didn't get to have a water birth. In the end, I had to be induced because they didn't want me to go over my due date, seeing as going over meant the baby was going to continue to grow, and they really thought it was going to be a big baby. So I was due the 3rd of February. I was induced on the 4th. That didn't work. I then had the hormonal drip on the 5th, which again didn't work, and it caused my son's head to swell. So on the 6th of February, I ended up having a C-section. I just don't know how to explain it, but it was honestly horrendous. It was so bad. Like, I was in and out of consciousness. I was throwing up. I generally thought I was going to die, but we made it, baby. What was sex after birth like? Well, this is fucking awkward, ain't it? God, nah, well, after I gave birth, I think I was bleeding for like 6 to 8 weeks. I really don't remember how long. But the first time I had sex, I'm not gonna lie, I was really scared. Mainly because I'd read things where people who had C-sections experienced a lot of pain and uncomfortable, like, didn't find sex very comfortable, and that was like a year and a half after having their C-section. Like, so instantly the first thing I'm thinking is, it's gonna cause me pain. Like, you know what I mean? I was a bit scared. But no, the first time I had sex, it was fine. I feel like the only pain kind of was my scar because it hadn't fully healed. Did you change anything? I don't regret being a mum. Don't regret being a young mum. I wouldn't take it back. However, I feel like if I had the chance to do it again and change things, I would have went to uni or done something with my life, kind of kickstarted my career before having my baby, only so that I then had something to kind of go back to or rely on. But now that I've had my son, I also think I'm kind of glad I've done it the way I've done it, because it means that, boom, had the baby, once he's a bit bigger, I can then go back to college if I want to, go to uni, do an apprenticeship, get a job. Like, I have so many options. The world is literally my oyster, and I can kind of start working towards what I want to do career-wise, and I won't have to stop to go back, if that makes sense, because I've already got my family, I've got my child, like, it's all I need. The last question I'm going to answer is, did you experience baby blues? So, to begin with, I didn't really think much about it. It wasn't until I had a catch-up with my midwife, and she was kind of asking me questions like, are you okay? Are you upset? How are you feeling? Like, you know what I mean? Things like that. I'm talking about kind of baby blues and antenatal depression and things, no, postnatal depression and things like that. And to be honest, I kind of didn't really think much into it. I was just like, no, I'm fine, I'm good, yeah, like, I'm cool, whatever. But then when she left, and I kind of had time to think about the conversation we had, I started to think to myself, Nikita, you're not okay. Like, most nights I'd literally just cry. I'd be in a bath and I'd cry so much that the tears were so acidic they'd burn my face, and I'd have like pink patches on my face which was just burning. I'd sit in my room and I'd literally be hanging, have no sleep, and I'd literally just sit there and cry and just kind of want it all to end. Like, not because I don't enjoy being a mum, but because I didn't feel like mentally and emotionally I was like able to handle it. So I'd literally just sit there crying, just wanting to die, wanting to end my life. Like, I'd look at the pills on the side and I just think, like, I just want to take an overdose and not wake up from it, kind of thing. You know what I mean? Like, I just didn't want to be here. I wanted to die. I just didn't want to be alive. And that went on for quite a long time, but I didn't really speak to anyone about it, only because I don't like to open up to people as such. I find it really awkward and it makes me feel uncomfortable, and I don't like to feel uncomfortable. So I kind of dealt with it by myself, and just feel like as time went on and my son got into a better sleeping pattern and I got more into the hang of things, I feel like then it got a lot better. But yeah, I wouldn't say I had baby blues. I think I did have postnatal depression. So that was my Q&A. I hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you for watching. Please feel free to like, share, subscribe, comment. Also feel free to drop me an inbox on Instagram. I'm a very friendly person. My DMs are always open. If you're pregnant, you're a young mum, if you're just curious, like anything, literally pop me a message. I'm there. I'm your girl. We can talk. You got my support. Thank you for watching.